We came across a family of cheetahs, three cheetahs that were searching for game. So they actually caught a Tommy gazelle that was unaware of what was going on, little baby Tommy gazelle, and they were busy eating that Tommy gazelle when all of a sudden they began to notice in the distance a wildebeest that was vulnerable. And they had a hard time with the wildebeest that they wanted to capture. There were so many wildebeest in the migration. But that huge number of wildebeest gives them some protection, actually, from the cheetahs. And the cheetahs were just looking for some sort of easy prey, like a wildebeest baby. But they were all protected. Now, we started out in the dry season for the southeast of the Serengeti in Tanzania. We started out where there was just no rain. The rain had begun to move northwest, and the wildebeest and the huge herd of wildebeest and zebras were following the rains northwest and were hardly to be seen. But in this dry area in the southeast where we began, there was a watering hole. And all the animals for hundreds of miles would come to this watering hole because that was the only source of water. And it gave us incredible opportunity to watch how these animals interact and to get very, very close and personal with them. Elephants don't merely drink at the watering hole, but they just love to cool off. And they splash each other with their trunks, splashing each other, and they even splash us while we were photographing them. Adolescent males are just tolerated, and when they become adults, they're going to have to just go off on their own and live a very lonely life. And they will fight each other to see which one gets to mate one of the females. And the females will just only allow the men just to mate because the females really are in charge. And they don't have to be protected by the male because elephants simply are on nobody's food chain. They're the top of the food chain. The watering hole where all the animals are coming actually affords us an opportunity to see beautiful reflection scenes. Now, with the elephants gone, here come the warthogs, here come the water bucks, and there will be all the animals coming down that are of a smaller size and not as threatening as the elephants. Look at this harrier hawk. This is a predator bird that is able to just hover in space. And they use that ability to go up a tree gradually and pick the various insects off of the bark of the tree while they're just hovering with their wings. We see this beautiful leopard up in a tree, and we're wondering why he doesn't come down or what he's doing. And then we see a hyena and a family of hyenas not far away. And we realize that hyenas are the most terrifying predators on the planet. They are absolutely vicious. They hunt in packs, and even the leopard is afraid of the hyena. And so the leopard is going to stay in that tree as long as there are hyenas around. And he's only going to sneak out when he thinks he can get away. Well, the Cape buffaloes look like the meanest animals, and in fact, they cause more human deaths every year in Africa than any other animal, but only the deaths of hunters. If they feel they're being hunted, they are able to attack the hunter, and they sometimes win. Giraffe families are the most serene and picturesque animal life in Africa. And to watch them as a family parade through the African bush, these animals are the most beautiful and picturesque in Africa. Giraffe babies start out at about 200 pounds, which is hard to imagine. And you can see the baby prancing around just like a happy little puppy with the female adults just watching carefully, guarding this baby, because the baby certainly would be an easy prey for a lion or a leopard. When we see the elephants at night, we realize all they do all day long and all night long is walk and walk and walk and walk and eat and eat. Now that is how they live so long. No other animal will live that long. They live for 70 years in the wild. Every African sunset, just 3 degrees south of the equator, is an amazing scene. You can see birds roosting magnificently with the sunset behind them. The sun goes down quickly on the equator. It's not like a long dusk, and there isn't like a long dawn. As soon as the sun appears over the horizon, it's daylight. As soon as the sun disappears over the horizon, it's nighttime. Midnight on the Serengeti is full of action. We see elephants and impala and wildebeest and Tommy gazelles and Grant gazelles, all these animals that are a little hard to spot during the day. At night, they really are busy eating. The Great Migration is an incredible event to witness in Serengeti. And the reason for that is a peculiar and predictable rain pattern, so that in the dry season in the southeast, it's the wet season in the northwest. And the great herds of 1.5 million wildebeest and 1 million zebras and other less common grazing animals all follow these rains where there can be grass. The Mara River, which is in the northwest, where the wildebeest and zebra and all the animals have to cross, is saturated with crocodiles and hippopotamus. The most dramatic scene is when the wildebeest in massive numbers finally commit to the plunge to crossing the Mara River. They are madly scampering across, but these wildebeest are just crossing the river madly in order to just get to where there's more rain and better grazing, greener food. we came across a male and a female lion that were mating. And that's an amazing scene, because when they have sex, it lasts for about 8 to 10 seconds. That's it. And then they rest for 15 minutes, and then they have sex again. And it lasts for 8 to 10 seconds. And the roar of this male lion when he has an orgasm is deafening. But they do it over and over and over again, 24/7, for a whole week. If they didn't do it that way, the female would never get pregnant, because the male lion's sperm count is so low. You'd think this big, incredible macho animal would have a high sperm count, but it's an extremely tiny number of sperm. We are at one of our campsites up by the Mara River, the northwest part of the migration, and we're going to be leaving the next day. The elephants up here seem to realize that, because they come by our tent as though they're coming to wish us farewell and say goodbye. And we say goodbye to them, these beloved animals, on our very last night in our tent in the northwest of the Serengeti.